Final score, Royals a little, the Texas Rangers a lot. Welcome to the Royals recap. My name is Jacob Milham. Let's go ahead and talk about Saturday night's loss to the Texas Rangers. Final score 15-4. It was an ugly game that was over for quite a long time. Michael Wacha did not set a very good tone to start it off. He only lasted 3 2/3 innings and allowed 7 runs in that time. Matt Sauer, last man up, he allowed 5, and there's a few scattered in there in between. You kind of lose track of it after a while. This is why we play the game. Right? This is why there's 162 games in the season. You ain't going to win them all, but damn, this was a tough one to watch at times. There are some positives to be taken out of this game. It's the latest, I guess. It's the latest that the Royals have allowed double-digit runs in a long time. And let me explain what I mean by that. So tonight was the first time that the Royals have allowed double-digit runs to their opponent, which I was kind of surprised, because you go back and you look at other seasons, and usually that benchmark is passed early on in the season. Like between 2023 and 2022, that was both on April 10th. The 2018 Royals, which absolutely sucked, that mark did not last long. They allowed double-digit runs on March 29th. But you go back to the winning Royals, the Royals that we saw that were competitive. Okay, so 2016, May 4th. Today's May 4th as well. The 2015 Royals, May 6th. Even the 2014 Royals, they allowed double-digit runs for the first time on April 11th. So it happens. Okay, even good teams lose in ugly fashion. All right. The sky is not falling. There are still games to be played. The Royals are still 20-14, which you go ask any Chicago White Sox fan, and they will absolutely trade that record. Okay. Couple of other positives. There were some of the batters who really surprised me tonight. Michael Garcia, he had another multi-hit game. Michael Massey had a 3-hit night, which was absolutely amazing. Hunter Renfroe, he batted in half the Royals' runs. He had 2 RBIs tonight. Like all those are guys that we have seen struggling at different times throughout this season. Renfroe, his struggles have lasted quite a while. Michael Garcia I keep on saying it, he is still climbing out of the early season hole that he dug for himself. But then I look at Michael Massey, who's been sliding up in the lineup. He batted 5th tonight. And that's probably a good spot for him. That's a good sweet spot. Right now, he's posting a .295 batting average and an .811 OPS. Like that is really good, especially from Michael Massey, whose most of his value comes from his defense, comes from forming that middle infield tandem with Bobby Witt Jr., who had 2 walks tonight, by the way. Another part of his game that he has stepped up in 2024. He also notched his AL leading 11th stolen base. Folks, this is game number 34, and he already has 11 stolen bases. That's pretty good pace, if you ask me. And it was, just as the scoreboard shows, it was a pretty ugly game on the pitching side. It really was, outside of Tyler Duffy and surprisingly Will Smith. Both of them did not allow an earned run. Tyler Duffy got 2 strikeouts tonight, which accounted. The Royals only had 5 strikeouts tonight to 4 walks. That is not a very good ratio, especially when you're giving up 17 hits and 15 runs. And the Royals had a good attendance tonight. You had 26,000 fans in Kauffman Stadium. And man, it looked pretty empty by the 7th inning. I trusted Matt Sauer. I really thought he was going to go out there Sunday and be the starter. Nah, this man pitched an inning. Gave up 5 earned runs. 5. That is crazy. Oh, sky ain't falling. I'm also saying that to remind myself, folks. Okay, there ain't no point getting spun up over one loss. Just like I ain't gonna say the Royals are World Series bound just because of one win. I ain't gonna say they're bound for last place in the standings just because of one loss. They did all right with runners in scoring position. They were 3 for 9, so that is a-okay by me. Garrett Hampson, he had a soft RBI. It was an infield single. That's what speed do, as the kids used to say. I know I'm not the only one though who is pretty tired of seeing him in the batting box. But we'll see. We will see what happens, and we will also see who Bally Sports wrangles up to talk after tonight's game. It's gonna be a pretty somber tone in the locker room, I imagine. So coming up on the other side of the ad break, let's see who they get, and we will get to your Spotify Q&A responses. Stay tuned.
Yeah, it was tough going. I mean, they couple balls that. The first inning was tough with the little squibber and a soft hit ball for the first run. But then after that, it seemed like it was some missed locations, squared them up a little bit and just couldn't put them away.
Obviously really good. That's some risk.
Yeah, I mean, I don't go and look at every location, but it certainly seemed like probably some missed locations, and tip your cap to them as well because you got to do something with it.
Your offense today going against Dane Dunning and the Texas bullpen, what made them so difficult to try to get some runs together and get back in the game?
Well, I mean, Dunning's a unique arm release point, unique usage, cutter, sinker, threw a ton of strikes. I mean, I thought we competed pretty well against him. We had some opportunities to close the gap we didn't capitalize on, but overall, I mean, once we got into the 4th and 5th there, I thought the at-bats were pretty good.
Obviously, you can come back today, but you've had big innings before. Is there a different feeling kind of when you're down?
Yeah, I mean, I felt really good. I mean, we had 7-3 and a couple guys on and a chance to go for more. And even the inning before, a chance to, if we put a couple more hits together, but that's just ifs and buts, right? I mean, you have to do it, but the feeling is we're coming back.
You've seen from last season.
Yeah, I would say ever since he came back, I mean, I feel like he swung the bat well. I mean, early on, maybe just got under a couple balls or mishit him, but the swings were good. The pitch selection's been pretty good. The competitiveness of the at-bats has been really good, so it's encouraging. Yeah, we're going to start Lynch.
Okay. The bullpen having heavy workload today kind of swing.
Yeah, I mean, we were thinking it would likely have been him, but there was a chance that we could have pieced it together.
What would you just see from?
Yeah, we got to figure out a way to help him get some swing and miss. I mean, the leadoff walk is never a good way to start. He's got good stuff. We just have to figure out whether it's locations or usages or deception, something to help him get a little bit more swing and miss.
All right, let's get to those Spotify Q&A responses, folks. So if you are unaware, you can listen to us on Spotify, where you have access to our polls and Q&As. And after every single episode, I have a question up there that y'all can answer, and I will read your responses in the following episode. So on each recap, I just simply ask, what did you think about this game? And I had one response. Ginger620 says, good stuff from Singer. Nice to see him get deeper into games despite the early pitch count woes. Always good to see some Salvi Dong too. Listen, it is you could say all the Dong jokes that you want. Salvador Perez is absolutely crushing it at the plate right now, and that's why they call him the mayor of Dongtown. Alrighty, y'all. Let's go and get on out of here. It's a Saturday night. We all got better places to be. Join us tomorrow for not a Royals recap, but it'll be a little weird. Jeremy and I are recording on Sunday morning, so unfortunately we won't know the results of the series. Series is currently tied 1-1, so it should be interesting. I am curious to see who Quatraro will trot out there for that Sunday lineup. Is it going to be more of the regulars, or is it going to be a good amount of bench players? I don't know. We haven't seen Adam Frazier in a while, it feels like. So we shall see. Once again, my name is Jacob Milham. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. And until next time, go Royals!